Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you guys a quick balance guide on the BMPCC onto the Zhiyun Crane stress gimbal. So there will be a lot of things mentioned in the video which seem to be silly or like irrelevant, but to be honest, please make sure to just stay solid and go through the entire process so we can make sure that there are any hidden mistakes inside that could have been already avoided. And we will start with the first step, which is making sure that all our batteries are fully charged, and let's install them into the gimbal. Now, before we start with the balancing, let's first look at our camera package. This is a classic BMPC configuration. We often like to use a Micro Four Thirds to EF mount adapter and a lens such as 18 to 35 from Sigma Art series. I know that there are a lot of people also have like Atomos Ninja monitors and V-mount batteries and whatsoever, all kinds of accessories on there. But to be honest, in my own opinion, I would strongly suggest to get the camera package as small and condensed as possible. One thing is about the weight. The gimbal can hold a lot, but it's also important to know that the shape is also very important. If you have so many different things rigged on there, the entire system is not really sturdy, not really solid. It still has, like for example, the monitor, if you have it installed, it still will wiggle a little bit around, so then it will change the shift of the entire system a bit, so then the gimbal will have a harder time to balance it. And this also goes for the V-mount and any other accessories you attach on there. Here we can see that I only added one of my own quick release plate systems. This won't affect on your side with your setup at all, so just ignore this. But basically, let's just put that on. And we can already see that here we have a problem. So let's extend on this side. So the camera comes in. It seems like it's shaking a little bit because this case is not really the best surface to work on. So here we can see I have it attached, and actually I would lock it about here. There's one very crucial thing that I think that is one of the most important reasons why still there are many BMPC users who experience vibration or balancing issues with this setup. So you can see that here I really only have to touch it, and you can see that the EF to Micro Four Thirds mount is doing its job to make it functional with this lens, but there is still a loose position here for the lens. And I really strongly recommend, if you use the BMPC setup, then you'll have to do the lens support, because otherwise this entire balancing will be judged onto this one screw that is here, located very in the back. And everything here in the front is going to be a huge weight that will be going back and forth. And that's one of the reasons why it vibrates. So let's put on our lens support. There are these two rails that come along with the package. You just simply screw them on here. And then here we have the lens support. So let's attach that too. All right, now as we can see, if I shake it like this, it won't move that much. So this entire system is now basically sturdy. You can see that because once I move around here, this lens won't wobble back and forth. Now let's basically go for the balancing. This is all ready now. All right, this one is done. Always make sure this lock is very secured. Up next, the roll axis. If you have trouble adjusting the roll axis, then just lock the tilt axis. So then you only have to worry about one axis at a time. Alright, now the next one. This is very crucial, the pan axis. So with the pan axis, a lot of people, they do this. They hold forward and then see where it goes. And this is not enough, to be honest. To balance a gimbal extremely well, extremely perfect, you would have to do something similar to this. You can lock the tilt axis and also lock the roll axis. And then I will take it like this. Be very careful when you do this. Use your right hand to hold the upper sling handle, and then with your left hand, try to guide this a little bit and let it fall into one direction. As we can see here, this is not balanced at all. And this is also one of the axes I always believe I was able to balance every single time, but until I learned this technique, I realized how bad I was with balancing the pan axis. And after adjusting this, all my gimbals till now have been working perfectly fine. So here we can see it's very back heavy, so let's move it forward. This video is a little bit long because I want to make sure that all the details are mentioned in the video, so you can get your gimbal definitely fixed in a way that you'll have a good experience with it. Alright, still back heavy. Now it's lens heavy. Now this is perfectly balanced. It will have just slightly a shift, but this is fine. This is way better than what we had just moments ago. So now everything is balanced. We have a lens support on there, fully charged batteries, pan axis is fixed, and now let's turn on our gimbal. All right, and as we can see here, there are no vibration issues. And then another important thing is to also know which modes are perfect for which shots, because that also is one of the crucial parts. So if I'm shooting a orbiting shot on a very simple height, then I would just do like this in PF mode, and it will work. Then, if I want to continue using the PF mode, but in undersling mode, and do the push in and push out effect, it should also work without any problems. But if you start to do the orbiting shot in undersling mode and turn like this, if you do it slow, it's all good. If you do it fast, then there might be some vibrations. And that's because this mode is not designed for that. In this case, I would go to POV mode. And then flip the camera down and shoot it like this, inverted. And you will notice that because the POV mode will make sure that it has more force on this axis, it will have the image more stable. And you can then flip it down back in post. So now another very crucial part is motor settings. Motor settings, in this case, when you access through the SmartSling handle, you will see that there's low, mid-low, medium, high, ultra, and so on. And see those names don't as their strengths and what they do. See them more as a profile name, so like 01, 02, 03. And in my case, I felt with the red setup that I had, it worked perfect under mid-low. And with BMPCC setup like this, low is totally fine and it is the right choice to go for. And in this case, just make sure you have it on low. And the other important thing is firmware update. Make sure that the gimbal is updated to the most recent firmware through the phone app. And don't forget, when you download it, don't connect it yet, don't enter now yet. First install it and then enter. Otherwise you have only downloaded the file, you haven't really installed it yet. Alright, that's basically it on the BMPCC setup onto the Zhiyun Crane 3S gimbal. And do consider to also subscribe to this channel because I'm doing the official Zhiyun Crane 3S tutorials. So if you want to get the full experience and potential out of this gimbal, just follow up with my videos. And also, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below and I'll try my best to help you.